Hi, I'm Glenn. This is my review of 2025 The Conjuring Last Rites, directed by Micheal Chaves, this time pronounced it correctly, starring Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, and Mia Tomlinson as Ed, Lorraine, and Judy Warren. That's right, this movie is about family. And so much about family, I'm genuinely surprised they didn't call it Conjuring's Generations. Now, to answer the question, is this movie a good ending for the Warrens, or is it even an ending at all? Well, I can confirm that this is a really nice and heartfelt and very warranted ending for the Warrens. I mean, in the movie, we get to see them as a young couple, we get to see them as a parent of their daughter, get to see them conjure demons, summon exorcist ghosts like usual, and we get to see them, minor spoiler, grow old, which felt full circle, which is a very satisfying, ending for an end of a franchise for me. Unlike the Mission Impossible movie where the ending just, Tom walks off into the sunset, this one does what a proper send-off to a character should be. It shows us what we miss. Is this movie scary? Yes and no. The amount of intended creepy scenes and jump scare in this movie is a lot. There is barely little time to breathe. And in that portion of the intended scares, half of it are nothing burgers. But another half of it did spook me, did jump me a bit, but mostly because of the loud ass sound effect. But yeah, there are like 4 or 5 different scenes that did genuinely creep me out. And 3 of those scenes are the IMAX enhanced scenes, where if you watch it in IMAX, the bar will drop and the movie will expand its ratio to 1/90. Which, side note, it should have been expanded for the entire movie. Some scenes that are intense and chaotic should have been enhanced, should have been expanded, right? But the scenes that are supposed to be claustrophobic and suspenseful, where it's like quiet and stuff, they expanded it. Which, not that it's bad or anything, I just found it confusing of the decision. This movie introduces 2 new main characters into the mix. It is Judy Warren, which now is fully in the spotlight of the movie. The plot centers around her this time. And played by Mia Tomlinson, she's a really refreshing addition to the movie, which I really like. But the arc that they gave her, I found it to be a little bit generic. It's like that trope where the kids doesn't want to be like their freak parents, so they went out and do their own thing, but then they got in trouble, and then their parents have to come and make them see the light of how their parents are actually good people, and the kid became part of them again. But this time, it's like the opposite. It's Judy who brings the Warrens and Warrens to the case. They are retiring, and Judy wants to keep on help conjure demons and banishing them. And it's different enough for me to find it enjoyable, and even though it's a side plot, it took a lot of the screen time of this movie. Unlike The Ghost, which barely does have any screen time at all, but what we do see from them a lot is their powers, and oh boy, are they extremely overpowered. Like they reality shifts themselves and like mess with a person's mind to hallucinate and think of doing things. But its ability also can do it to people outside of the house, the haunted house. What's the limit here? They should have put the time to explain the ghost instead, because it felt so rushed on how they explain it, and there is some missing part of the lore that is still unanswered. Like, why is it a mirror? Right? The stories, sure, 3 of them, sure, but why is it a mirror? And how can they do that? And there's supposed to be more behind them, but we never get to see them? What? Another thing that I don't really like about this movie is the fact that Lucy Lockett nursery rhyme being repeated 10 plus times, which is infuriating to my ears. And hearing that at the end, at the chaotic 3rd act climax, it just turns me off of the entire action scenes as a whole. It just like puts whatever they're doing to a halt, and just Lucy Lockett lost her pocket. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, right, this movie is about the Smurfs. They're cool. I like them. They're a big family. It's 8 people. And although pretty much not all of them gets to share the screen time, what we do get is nice. They are less of a story machine and more of a nostalgic machine, using the camcorder to record their stuff and make it seem, spooky aesthetic things. And the trad housewife and their MASH theme song, David Bowie jump scare, posters of Queen and other 80s band like Madonna. It seems like nostalgia baiting is their main purpose other than, being haunted by ghosts, which they were haunted. There were like 10 minutes of them being haunted, actually. But, still cool, still fine, still fun. Okay, back to Judy and her fiance. I will say that they pretty much leave a door open for a spin-off series of them, which is, I personally would really like to see. I think it'll be a fun concept. Should it be a movie? I don't think so. But I could see it as a series. But here in The Last Rite, they didn't focus on paving the way for that spin-off. They just opened the door for it, but instead they put the time on making a gracious ending to the Warrens. The third act finally returns to form, just like Conjuring 1 and 2. It's a chaotic exorcism sequence inside their house. Wow! It's fun. I like it. And this time, I will say, it's quite gory too, which ups the stakes a little, but it still did. And man, that last 10 minutes, actually, the first and last 10 minutes of the movie is probably the closest the franchise ever got to being a tearjerker. Because if you've seen the past movie, Conjuring 1, 2, 3, and you're being attached, and you've attached the Warrens throughout the years, you will feel it. You'll feel it. I really like that ending. I'm giving this movie a 4 out of 5. This movie's pretty fun. It's good, and if you are a fan of the Conjuring movie, definitely see it out. Definitely see it. It's not like a genre-defying, like, magnum opus or anything like that. It's just a really fun and entertaining popcorn horror movie that I think people can just enjoy. If you're not expecting much, you will be genuinely surprised by how good the movie actually is, especially if you just came from watching Conjuring 3. So yeah, that's my review of The Conjuring Last Rites. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more of this, me grab bag movie reviewing, please kindly click subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Thank you. Holy